Okay, and second is Data Protection Act, and these are certain rules that has to be followed by companies to protect individual or customers. Because we know that nowadays, certain companies they take advantage of the customer data and they can sell it or they can pass it on to other companies for different processing reasons without the consent or permission of the customer themselves. That's why now these rules has to be followed by companies, otherwise they will be breaking the laws and they might be sued. One of them is whenever you are collecting the data, it should be collected fairly. The second, if you are processing the data, for example, for a specific reason, it should be only processed for that reason. It shouldn't be processed for different other reasons or take advantage of the data to do other analysis without the user consent or without the user permission. Whenever you are asking for data, ask only for the needed data. Never ask for excessive data from the users. Otherwise, you are taking advantage of the user and collecting detailed information that you don't actually need for that specific process. Okay. And whenever you are collecting, be very accurate of what you are collecting. Never just open the doors for any data to be collected. Otherwise, it might harm the user in the long run. Okay. And if the user unsubscribe, what should happen? The data should be deleted, should not be kept longer than possible in the company database. Okay. And whenever you are collecting data of the user, especially sensitive data, it must be kept secure and you have to have high measure of securities, because if any breach or hacking happen, the user or the customers can also sue the company. Okay. And data must not be transferred to another company without the user permission or without the accurate security as well. Otherwise, the data might be leaked in other company, in other country, for example, and accounts can be hacked or personal and sensitive information might be known by strangers. Okay, so this is what we call by Data Protection Act. So how they can ask questions regarding this point, let's see. Okay, this is one of the popular example of this section is most data protection act include the principle that data must be stored securely by the companies to protect the customer, as we said. List four other principles of a typical data protection act. So they just ask you to list them, not to describe them. So we must say that data has to be relevant, not excessive. We can see that data should not be kept longer than needed whenever the customer, for example, deactivated the account. And we must say that data must not be transferred to another country unless it's being protected and secured and after the permission of the customer itself. And whenever you are processing the data for a specific reason, let's say now in the age of the customer, it should only be processed for that specific reason that the customer accepted. Otherwise, it will be breaking the laws and you will get the 4 marks.